Alright, hello everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do some just checkup on a car, especially if you're going on a road trip, to make sure that your car will get you there safe. In a couple weeks, me and my brother will be traveling to North Carolina and taking this beast about 1,500 miles round trip. So the first thing you want to do is make sure all the lights on the car works. Alright, so what you can do, you can come in, put your key in your hole, turn it to the on position, and then turn on your lights here. I'm not going to do it yet because it's going to yell at me. And then to test your your blinkers, just turn on your hazards and your reverse lights, especially if you're by yourself. This can be difficult. Just pull your e-brake, put your car in reverse. If you have a manual, then you're kind of SOL. Brake. Just get something heavy and throw it on the brake, and then you can check all your lights. Okay, so now you can check all your lights, make sure all your blinkers, your side lights, all your lights work. Got these back lights. I already checked the reverse lights. All that works. And you don't want to forget this light up here. So now you're going to want to make sure that your engine oil is okay. That is the life of your car. You want to make sure that you have engine oil. So if you don't know, to pop your hood, down here somewhere on the side of your quarter panel, there will be a lever. You pull it, and you'll hear like a thing that comes from the front of your car. That's your hood releasing. So when you release your hood on the inside of your car, that's your main latch. You might come out here and be like, why won't my hood open? There's another lever somewhere in the middle of your car, either underneath the hood or in the grill. You kind of have to feel around for it. Release that and open it up. Some cars will just have hydraulics and you'll be able to open it like that. Other cars, you have this little thing doodad here somewhere, and it'll go in the respective hole. So to check your engine oil, there will be a dipstick, which is this little yellow thing. It'll be somewhere on the sticking on the outside of your engine. If it's red, that's your transmission dipstick. Don't touch that. You don't need that yet. So then you're going to pull it out. You're going to wipe it off the first time. Just wipe it off entirely. Don't worry about what it says. Put it back down in the engine and pull it out. And then you're going to look at it, and then if it's up here, then you're good. If it's anywhere between these four notches, you're good. If it's anything less, anything really less than that first notch, you should add oil or change it. Anything above this here, you want to change your oil, and because having too much oil is just as bad as not having enough. Also, when you do that, look at the color of your oil and make sure it's not black. In this case, this oil's still got a little bit of life left, but I do think I'm going to change it before we go. If you have an easy accessible transmission dipstick, it'll probably be back here if you have a rear wheel drive. This is a front wheel drive, so the transmission's here and the dipstick's hidden underneath the battery box, so I'm not going to deal with that. So what else you want to make sure is that you have some sort of washer fluid. I know the cap's broken off this, but you can usually just look down the hole and see where it's at. That'll probably be something else we have to get. We're running a little low on that. So that is always something you should always have, and make sure you have a cap on it. This is supposed to have a cap. So back here you have your brake fluid and your coolant. Just open up your coolant a little bit. Oh, let the air escape if your car's hot. Make sure that it's decent in there, which it is. It's like brand new, so you know, it should be bad. And like I said, only check your brake fluid if your car's up there in miles. Other than that, you can take off your air box. Again, if you have a lot of miles on your car or you haven't changed it in a while, check that. I've already done that. And other than that, that's about the most you need to do under the hood. So then you want to go around to all four tires and get a coin, as you can see here. and check all your tires and make sure that your tread depth is above the head of the coin to make sure that your tires are good. And again, 3 and 4, they're all good. These aren't the tires that we're taking. These are winter tires. They're getting switched out before we go, so we don't really have to worry about those anyway. So the next and one of the most essential things you should check before going on a road trip is making sure you have your functional jack, and the thing that's in there takes off your lug nuts and your tire is full of air. You don't want to get stranded out there. So if you have a car or some SUVs, your tire will be in your trunk underneath the little plastic thing here. Pull it up, there's your tire. You can just unscrew it off of there. If you have an SUV or truck, most of the time it'll be under here, like mounted up here, and there will be some way to lower it down with your thing, so you can always do that. So what else you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get a tire pressure gauge. Look at your tire. It will say somewhere on here what PSI you need for your specific tire. This one is 35. So you're just going to unscrew the nut to your valve stem. Make sure that when you take that off, you don't lose it. You're going to take this, you're going to press it firmly in. Don't twist it or tweak it, just firmly in. And then it'll come out on the bottom. This one's at 37, so it's good. It's okay if it's fine if it's 3, 4, 5 psi higher. Don't try to run it lower, especially don't run it at 20, because then you'll start ruining the sidewall of your tire, and the sidewall will go before the tread. So make sure that you're running at your recommended tire pressure or 3 to 5 above. Don't go too much higher than 5, because then you will also run into problems. Your tire will bulge and you can blow a tire. You should also check your windshield wipers while you do that. Make sure that they wipe nicely. They don't squeak. They aren't broken or anything. They're in one piece. I just replaced these earlier, so these are fine. So, like this, you might have hubcaps. If you have hubcaps, sometimes you have to unscrew the bolts down here. Other ones just pull out like that, and that will expose the lug nuts. Alright, so then you're just going to want to grab a torque wrench or a breaker bar and make sure that all your lugs are nice and tight. If you can move them, make sure that you can. And make sure you go in a star pattern, like I am, so that if they are loose, you make sure that they stay where they're supposed to be. Alright, so then if you're really feeling ambitious, what you can do is you can take a jack up the car, take off the wheel. If you have alloy wheels, you can just look right through, but if you have steelies, you can pull the wheel off and check your brakes, especially if you haven't checked your brakes in 30,000-40,000 miles since the last time you've ever checked those. You want to make sure that they're still in good shape, and if they aren't and they're starting to get worn, then make sure to get those replaced. But other than that, you've pretty much done your routine maintenance, making sure everything's good. That's about that. So thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And we will see you all next time. Live life to the fullest, and goodbye.